Hello everyone, this is Miss Wood and this is the week 1 lesson plan video. My goal for the virtual learning that we're going to do this year is that I have at least one video that I sparse out to you guys every week that reviews the lesson plan, the assignments that you'll be doing, maybe provides some additional tips and tricks. Typically, I'm going to try to keep these videos to about 15 minutes, no more than that. So if there's a lot of content that I need to go over in any given week, I might do multiple videos. So this is still a work in progress for me. So bear with me. Let's go ahead and get started. Take a look at what you're going to be doing this week. And if you have any suggestions or comments or things that you see other teachers do this week that you think would be helpful for me to do for you, please reach out to me and let me know. So this is the lesson plan video. If you're here, you've already found it. When I'm done creating it, I'm going to post it right here on the first slide. On the lesson plan for the week, my goal is to provide you a snapshot of everything that you're going to be doing, kind of a preview. And then as we go through the PowerPoint presentation, I'll sometimes include some instruction, then I'll say stop here, go do this, or whatever the case may be. So again, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you want to do is watch this video through in its entirety. The next thing you'll do is proceed on to the activities. My goal is to highlight in a different color font the activities that you're actually going to be turning in inside the week. So let's go ahead and get started. Every week I'm going to offer to you a proposed schedule or suggested schedule. You don't have to adhere to this. It's just my goal to try to kind of help you negotiate doing assignments based on my knowledge of how long they might take you. For this particular week, the longest assignments are going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. So you'll want to take a look at those and see if you want to start working on them earlier, or if you're willing to wait till Thursday or Friday and maybe work on them on Friday or even the weekend. So hopefully you have already watched my introductory video and the course introductory video and taken a look at the syllabus. So here's what's going to happen for the rest of the week. On Tuesday, you're going to have 2 Google Forms that you need to complete. They're fairly simple. You know, is your Chromebook working? How you've been doing? Things like that. And then I ask that you review presentation slides 5 through 10. That kind of gets you ready for the activity that you're going to be doing on Wednesday. It covers literary terms such as ethos, pathos, and logos, and tone. Now, you can view those on Tuesday, but it might be helpful if you wait until Wednesday to watch them right before you watch this TED Talk analysis, or maybe do a combination of both. So on Wednesday, you're going to actually be watching a TED Talk analysis. If you don't know what that is, yeah, you'll see. I'm going to go through the slide. It's about a 20-minute video, and you're going to be completing an assignment or an analysis assignment on the video itself. On Thursday, you're going to be completing a writing sample for me that's based on the information that was covered in the TED Talk on Wednesday. And then finally, on Friday, you're going to be completing some discussion board questions that relate back to those Wednesday, Thursday assignments. So let me go ahead and scroll through the presentation. Let's take a look at what we've got. So remember that a copy of this presentation is posted all the time in the classwork tab in Google Classroom. So the first thing you need to do, and I recommend that you do this on Tuesday, is you complete these activities. So there are 2 Google Forms on Google Classroom, and then review slides 5 and 10. So let me go ahead and go to Google Classroom. Sorry for not already having this pulled up, guys. I'm going to go to the classwork tab here. And it's going to be that lesson plan there. And this is the first Google form that I need you to do on Tuesday. And this is the second one. There you go. All right, so those would be Tuesday assignments. So I'm going to go back to the presentation. Next thing I ask you to do for Tuesday is to review slides 5 through 10. And again, they cover literary terms that will be focused on that assignment that you're going to be doing on Wednesday. So hopefully you remember some ethos, logos, and pathos from last year. If not, that's okay, because you'll note here that on slide 6 or 7, I provided to you a video that I'd like for you to review. After you choose the video on 6 or 7, there's also a Quizlet activity attached where you can test your knowledge of those terms. So either watch this video here or this video here. And you can kind of click on them, see which one fits your preference, and then move on from there. You can't see it here on your screen, so I'm going to minimize this really quickly, and you'll note that at the bottom of the screen is where you'll find the links to the Quizlets that you can kind of test your knowledge on after you get done viewing those videos. Next, you're going to move on. This will review what tone is, and then here at the bottom, it says for this week's assignment, you'll be analyzing speaker's tone. Watch one of the videos on slide 9 or 10. So either watch this one or this one. You get to choose. I'm going to try to give you as many options as I can if they're available to you. And so that's all that you would necessarily be completing for Tuesday. Now, for Wednesday, you're going to complete this assignment. This assignment is posted in Google Classroom. It is a TED Talk, and you're going to be watching this video here and completing the analysis. So let me go ahead and go over to Google Classroom, and I'm going to pull this up. Now, in essence, this assignment is kind of like a video with a study guide. That's what it's going to be. I prefer to put my study guides on Google Slides because I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but sometimes in Google Documents, when you start typing, the formatting shifts around and things get moved down pages and things like that. So throughout the year, if I give you any type of study guide, typically it will be on a Google slide presentation. So don't let this overwhelm you. I think in short, it's like 10 questions. It just looks like a lot because it's broken down. So there's a link here to this video. And if that doesn't play, you just click there. And then you're going to scroll through, answer the questions to the best of your knowledge. At this point, as we begin the year, what I want to see is that you're trying to engage with the content, that you understand what ethos, logos, and pathos are, that you're trying to understand, and that you're trying to apply them to this particular video. So you're going to go through. You're going to be looking for specific evidence for some of these. So I encourage you to look through this document before you start completing this activity. Or excuse me, look at this document before you start watching the video so you know that there are particular things that you need to look out for. This is a 100-point assignment. So in short, pretty much everything on here is worth 10 points except for the speaker and the number of views. So this will be worth 10 points here. This activity is worth 10 points and so forth and so on. All right, so that's suggested for Wednesday. Again, the video is about 20 minutes. So by the time you watch it and complete that, I'm thinking that that assignment is going to be probably your heftiest assignment this week for a total of maybe 45 to 50 minutes. And go back to the presentation. All right, and if you move through this, you have a writing prompt response that you have to complete. This is a writing sample for me to see where you are. I know that you guys, if you went to Heritage High School last year, you did not have an opportunity to take your writing SOL. So I have no data to pull from. So I need to see where you are in your writing so I know how much instruction I need to provide to you. So I'm going to ask you to go to the assignment on Thursday in Google Classroom. And it is a scaffold activity. So basically, I'm going to ask you kind of some brainstorming questions, and then at the end, you're going to write a couple paragraphs for me. And this all relates to the concepts that are presented in that video that you'll be watching, the danger of a single story. So you may want to even preview this before you watch the video to kind of know what you're going to be looking out for. I've given you a structured paragraph to start out with that you can fill in the blank. That's your intro. And then basically what you're going to be doing for me is writing some body paragraphs. Okay. So please let me know if you need any assistance on that. Do the best that you can. I've explained here that you're going to be graded on the writing SOL rubric, but this is a 150-point assignment. So if you turn this assignment in, you get 50 points right off the bat. The other 100 points will be based on the writing rubric that's linked in Google Classroom. So, you know, even if you're not extremely successful on this first writing sample, because I give you 50 points right off the bat, you should be able to do well on this assignment. So if you don't like writing, you might want to get this done sooner rather than later, but the catch is you have to watch that video. And then finally, the final assignment for the week is I've posted some discussion board questions in Google Classroom that I would like for you to respond to. And if you remember the course overview, I said that every week you're going to have at least two discussion board questions that you have to respond to. And so I've given you two this week. Some weeks I might post 3 and you only have to answer 2. Some weeks I might post 4 and you only have to answer 2. But this week I've only posted 2, so you'll be obligated to respond to both of the ones that I've posted there. So there's that one. And then the second one, please do not respond to these until after you've completed the TED Talk analysis at minimum, okay? All right, so that's what you guys are going to be doing this week. Once we get through kind of some of these diagnostic things, you know, taking a look at your writing and introducing that idea of the danger of a single story, we're going to move on next week into actually beginning to look at some American literature, and we're going to approach it from the perspective of American literature, American culture is riddled with single stories where people think they understand what a people group is or are or was. And we see this idea that people have been oppressed for centuries in the American culture, and that's going to be duplicated in the literature that we read in this course. So complete these assignments. Please, if you haven't already done so, plan to attend the virtual meetings for your class. Second period, we'll have a virtual meeting on Tuesday from 10:30 to 11:30. Fourth period, we'll have a virtual meeting on Wednesday from 10:30 to 11:30. And sixth period, we'll have a virtual meeting on Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30. And that schedule is posted here in Google Classroom. On the syllabus rather, excuse me, but the links for them are posted here, excuse me, on the classwork tab. This is how you're going to get to our virtual meetings at your scheduled time, and it tells you when your scheduled time is. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to working with you more.